Hello, inflation fighters. Thank you for joining me, the Penny Nanny, where we watch over every cent. Well, here comes the snow. I just wanted to show it to you. It's kind of crazy, and but it's time. I mean, it is November, so we are dealing with a lot of we had a lot of beautiful days in between, and I'm just really excited that it's starting to snow, because we are getting to have the feelings of Christmas all over. Today's Wealth Wednesday, so I wanted to talk to you about contingency funds. Now, understanding that it's difficult when you're unemployed and all of those things to come up with it, but there are ways that you can have a contingency fund. And for us, it came up this weekend. Now, if you recall, I did a grocery haul where I showed you the boots that I had gotten for my husband. Well, he didn't even wear them to work. He hasn't worn them yet. And it turned out to be a good thing, because for some reason during the week, last week, both of our dogs became sick. One of them was having issues with their bottom, and that's the little Cellini Frankie. And our bigger dog started behaving very strangely. Like at 4 o'clock in the morning, she was whining to go outside. So my husband put her outside. And then a couple hours later, she came out by me and started whining. And so I put her outside. And then a couple more hours, and she had to go out again. And we were like, that really seems like she has a UTI. So, which is a urinary tract infection. So it's either a bladder thing or something, you know. But the night before, she was fine. I mean, she had been okay. There weren't any problems with her or anything like that. So we ended up having to find some funds to be able to deal with getting some medicine for them. And thank goodness we have a Tractor Supply store here in town that has a great selection when it comes to pet products and such. So we had to buy those things, and we made the decision to return my husband's boots so we could afford them. Now, his boots were $40, but all the meds and shampoos came out to like around $60. So we were still kind of in the whole $20. So we cashed in coins. So returning, saving things and returning them, keeping your coins everywhere that you find them in one place, so that if you have an emergency, those are just a couple of different contingency funds that you can have. I know we had a issue where our internet dropped in price because of some program that I applied for, and we kept that money for contingency too, but obviously it's been gobbled up since we're getting close to Thanksgiving. It's been gobbled up by medicine. So it's just good to have a plan in case something like that happens. Now, we had a pretty big discussion, like, well, if these things don't work, obviously we have to take them to the vet, which is which is a bigger expense. So just knowing that, it's good to have some kind of plan for, you can make payment arrangements maybe with the company if something suddenly comes up, things like that. So, and I changed the diets for the dogs. And usually what we would do is for our larger dog, give her pet food, which she hasn't had an issue with, and then sprinkle chicken or beef or something on top, and kind of mix it together so that she's, my husband unfortunately started feeding them table scraps at a very young age, and so they kind of expect it. So this way she's getting that, but not really. She's not getting anything spicy. She's getting bland ground beef and bland chicken and things like that. And then our Chiweenie, chicken and rice. That's basically what I've been feeding him now. This is going on a week. And we cut out like snacks, their treats and such too. But you just never know what the emergency is going to be. So I would also recommend that if you live anywhere near a rural area, that you find a country vet as opposed to a city vet. They're usually going to have their operations running out of their house or a farm, and the cost is going to be much lower than it is to be in town and to do those things. So if you have any ideas, or if you have experiences where you were able to set up a contingency fund in a certain way, share them in the comments. I'd love to hear what you do for things like that. Now, I'm not going to call it savings, because savings implies every month we put this much away, and we just can't do that. We don't know how much we're going to be earning. We don't know. And I know we have other bills we have to pay. So committing to something like that is different than having a contingency fund. If you can do the savings plan, that's fantastic, and more power to you. But just look around and see, is there something you can sell that you have so you can put that money away maybe as your contingency fund? I know I have a hitch cargo trailer that I used to use for my business. I hope you're enjoying the birds coming at the feeder here. But anyway, we're going to try to sell that, and then kind of tuck those funds away as a contingency fund for whatever might come up whenever. So that's pretty much all I have to say on that. So that being said, be well, be blessed, and know you're taken care of. Bye now.